friends, thank you for joining me. Today I'm showing you all of what I've coloured in July 2021. I see how much other people have coloured and I'm afraid I'm not quite that prolific. I wish I was, but unfortunately I just don't get through that much. I have other things that I do as well, and I think I must be a slow colorist. So this picture, the line art is by Ciela San, and I did this using Prismacolor pencils, as far as I remember, I think, and I didn't take note of what I'd used, but I know that I used my Pebbles chalk pastels for the background and some little bit of glitter. No, I didn't use glitter here. I just used some jelly rolls on and a few little white dots. So that's that one. Then, and this was a PDF that I bought off Etsy. Then this next picture is from Colouring Book Cafe English Countryside book. I bought as well the PDF book of that. It works very well for me. I printed it a bit skew on here, and I used Copic markers mostly, and then a few Crayola colour pencils and various things on the doggy, and a little bit of glitter here and there and on the gold. So I enjoyed doing that. Then the rest of the colorings are from books. This is from a fairly old Dover book called A Walk in the Woods. It's by Dot Barlow. It's a now I've lost my place. It's a beautiful book, sort of old-fashioned. I'll do a quick page through. It gives you a bit about the animals, like that's a woodchuck and eastern chipmunk, and tells you the types of plants and the frogs, etc. So that's the style of the book. And I did this owl. This is an eastern screech owl, and with this one I did an undercoat. It was a really quick colouring. I coloured it in an evening in about an hour and a half. I did what I've seen that Sandy does in her channel, where you do an undercoat of chalk pastel and then just do detailing in pencil. So it went remarkably quickly, and what fascinates me is with doing the detailing, and I did actually use pencil on that, and I used some of this zested to smooth it out. I had also done chalk pastel underneath there, but it's not, the chalk pastel is not coming off, and I haven't sprayed this one with zested. And then I'd used some gold, acrylic gold, for something else, so I had some left and I decided to do the moon in that acrylic gold, some glitter. So that's that. Next, this book I had brought out for the treasure hunt, and I coloured my succulents picture, and again I used chalk pastels and detailed with pencils, and then did some nice beautiful shiny I can't remember what they're called, some or other shiny gel pen, which I enjoyed. I really enjoyed doing this piece. This one I did spray with workable fixative. Next, I've done a video on this one. I coloured this from Carolina Kubikowska's Ticket to Dreams. This was done for a monochrome event in a colouring group, and I enjoyed doing this. I just used one pencil colour in this. I must do some more in this book. It's such a nice book. Then I did a picture in Blomster Mandala, which I did for our event. So there we go. Twilight Garden is the English name. And I did this page. This I done ages ago. Then I did, which I've also done a colour and chat in Debbie Maycomber's Come Home to Colour. I did this little bedroom from the inn at Rose Harbour, this little scene. Then I felt like a quick colour and enjoying myself, and this is from one of Jennifer Stay's custom colouring books. So you choose which pictures you want, and I chose to have these printed on mixed media paper, and this is called Some See a Weed, Some See a Wish. What's nice with this is you also get a paper to press on underneath. That's quite, so it's actually a nice book to have. Quite a simple picture that I did, but I really enjoyed colouring it. Then early on in the month, and I also did a colour and chat with, I think this was done last month. Earlier on in the month, I did this colour along from African Glamour, and I just used, in South Africa we call them Koki pens. I think you call them felt tip pens in the States and in the UK, and I've noticed now as I was getting these together that I actually forgot to do that little bit of detailing, so I just need to bring these little, I'm not sure what they are, stepping stones or something out. So it's a very bright picture, but I enjoyed doing that. It was a quickie. Then in Lazy Sunshine's Gang, and I actually took note of this, I used, oh, this was actually a bit of a disaster. Look what happened to the page. It broke. That was after ironing it. I decided to try some watercolor something, but I mean I wasn't really paying attention because this paper is as thin as thin can be, and I put way too much water on it, and so the whole page just about disintegrated. And then I ironed it, but then I got creases all over the show, so this is a bit of a disaster. I did the hair with ballpoint pens, and then I used alcohol markers for a lot of the rest of it, and then some glitter jelly rolls, and then this watercolor background with paint little circles. So that was quite, Sparkle Pops are the pens. So yeah, that was quite a disaster. And I didn't do chalk pastel. I first tried the watercolor. That's what happened with this. I first tried the watercolor. I did this right at the beginning of the month, and I have this forgettery, not a memory anymore. So I first tried the watercolor, and it was a big mess. And then I used eyeshadow, like I used to do in the old days before I had chalk pastels and things, just for fun. So, and I think this picture I may have already shown you last month. I can't remember. I must actually date the things. This is also new to me, showing you what I've done in the month. So I now know from now on I must put the date on. So that was that. And then the last picture I've done this month is from a book you may not know by Samantha J. Lewis. I think I have a page through of it on my channel, and I will link that in the cards that come up over here, and then you can watch that page through if you want to. And this is what I did. I quite like this. Again, I used the technique of using the chalk pastel on the hair and then just detailing shadows. I did chalk pastel there and on the fishies, and then I went over the rest. I used Prismacolors for the detailing and on the dress, and then for the little dots and for that fishy I got some nice shine. Me, I love some shine. And that was from these glitter watercolor paints. I did an unboxing of these ages ago. These were a gift to me from a member of my channel. Alice gave me a gift card, and I ordered them from AliExpress, and I ordered them last year, sort of in January, and then we had the whole COVID thing starting, and 11 months later, I think around about November last year, they finally arrived. But they're really nice paints. But I'm too scared to recommend anything on AliExpress. Definitely for South Africa, it's not coming. So that's that. And I do hope you've enjoyed seeing it. And I'm sorry there's not more, but maybe I'll get more next month. This is almost 3 times as much as what I've coloured in the past, because I really went through such a deep decline with my colouring. So it's all, my excitement has come back again, and I'm excited to have this many pictures to show you. So have a really lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Please let me know what you'd like to do, if there's something you'd like me to cover. Bye bye now.